If you're looking for cheap Ultimate Team coins, go check out igsky.com. Links for that will be in the description below. Use the discount code Rossi for a little bit 5% off. It's got a fully automated service. You get your coins instantly. What more can you ask for? Enjoy the video. Hello guys, Mr. Rossi1990 here, and it's going to be a new video here on my channel today. It's going to be a future England team. Now, it's going to be players who are obviously not in the England setup at the moment, or some of them might be like in and around it, but not necessarily getting mega game time, but they're kind of doing well for their clubs, and they're all kind of like still really young, so they're not exactly going to be world beaters yet. But the potential to be future England players. It'd be quite a just cool video to have a look at some of them and have a little discussion between us. And obviously you guys can have your own input in the comment section below on who you think should have made it if they're not featured in this video. Obviously I'm not going to know every single one of them. Being a Leeds fan though, I've got a rough knowledge of like Championship kind of level as well as Premier League level, where some people may just know the Premier League. So I got a rough idea of who's decent and who's not. We're going to start things off with a silver player. They're all going to be pretty much silver and bronze. There is going to be one or two gold players on the way, but the actual team itself, the bench has got some gold players, etc. The actual team itself is a mixture between silver and bronze. We're going to start with the goalkeeper, who's silver. He is of course English, and it is of course Jack Butland. Now Jack Butland, 1993. I tried to make everybody in and around 1993 and below. I think there's one which is 1992, but apart from that, that's about the age where I would consider them still pretty young. And obviously for a goalkeeper, that's younger still, because goalkeepers normally go on to be a lot older than outfield players, because it's just the way it is basically. 6'5", did actually have a loan spell at Leeds, and he's very good. He's back at Stoke now. I think he had a recent game in the Cup where he played, but obviously not a starter for Stoke, but he normally gets loaned out at the Championship level, and he has been in and around the England setup already, so he's definitely one who England know about, and he's definitely very much up and coming. Reminds me a lot of Joe Hart, and hopefully he has a good run in the team, because I really like Jack Butland. Did a really good spell at Leeds when he was on loan, and all round really good player. The two centre backs we're going to go for silver is going to be Eric Dyer, or Dyer, and we're actually going to have John Stones as well. I think these pretty much sell themselves really. Eric Dyer, or I can never get his name right. 1994. I didn't realise how young he actually was. So I was looking through these players. I thought, what the hell? 1994. He's very, you know, not very young. I'm not saying that, but he's a good age. He's a young up-and-coming player. Tottenham signed him. Obviously, he was playing for like Sporting, and he's kind of like one of them players you thought, okay, an English player playing abroad is a little bit different. You don't normally see that. But hopefully, he has a good kind of like career. He started really well for Tottenham. He scored like 2 goals in 2 games or something along those lines, which was crazy for a centre-back. And he did really well. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully he comes up and does amazing in the future. But John Stones is one who is almost guaranteed to go all the way. Brilliant young talent, playing for Everton. Gets a bit of game time. I think he's had a few injuries. And of course, I think their preferred centre-back partnership is Jagielka and Distan. But Distan is getting on now. He's getting very, past it. He's still a good player, but he's obviously going to come out of the team sooner rather than later, if that makes sense. And John Stones is arguably going to be the guy who steps in. And him and Jagielka at centre-back, even though Jagielka's not young anymore, he'll kind of be the one who replaces Jagielka probably in the England setup. So that's a bit of a strange one, but he looks like he could be a very good player. He can play right back as well, but centre-backs where I've got him in his team. Because the right back we've got, who is a player who can play centre-backs. These two could probably chop and change, and it's Callum Chambers, playing for Arsenal now, of course, getting his big money move from Southampton. And like I said, he's probably a centre-back is where he's kind of settled more at Arsenal. He's had a good amount of game time, actually, considering how old he is, and, their kind of defensive options haven't been great. They've had a few injuries, and on this game, he's not a great right-back, let's be honest. He's not got great pace, but if he was to be a centre-back, he'd be very decent, so that could be something we could do. You could chuck him in centre-back there, you could do what you want with it. But the left-back's going to be somebody a little bit different again. It's going to be a bronze guy, and quite a few people would have probably heard of this guy for the reason he's getting linked with a lot of big clubs. It's Tyrone Mings. If there's any Ipswich fans watching this right now, let me know exactly what you make of him. I've seen a little bit of him. He played well against Leeds, and he looks like a very good player. He's kind of getting dubbed as potentially going into developing into being a centre-back because of his height and his all-round power and his presence and stuff like that. But he is playing left-back for them, I do believe, unless I've missed out there. And a lot of good words are being said about him. Like I said, he's getting linked with a lot of Premier League teams. I think Arsenal, as usual, are the main one. They kind of like to buy their English talent, which is fair play to them, because that's the way it should be. Even though, obviously, foreign players cost less and you could probably get more for your money. That's why people do it. But that's fair enough. But the right mid, again, it's going to be a silver guy now. It's going to be a guy from Fulham. And very good player, very good up-and-coming player indeed. And it is going to be, if I can find it, where is he? It's this guy right here, Patrick Roberts. Like I said, not many people probably know about him, but he has got a bright future ahead of him. Look at the year, 1997. He has got lots of time to develop, and he's already getting dubbed as a very, very good player for their team. I've seen him play a few times just on TV and whatnot, but let me know, Fulham fans, if you're excited about his prospect, or is he going to get he might get a money move away. You can never really tell with these players. The next player is going to be a bronze championship player now. Call me biased, but I think Lewis Cook is going to go all the way. Another 1997 kid playing fantastic week in, week out for Leeds. Even though Leeds are struggling, it's not necessarily down to him. Obviously, one player doesn't make a team. He's playing phenomenal. You can tell he's still quite young in the way he plays. Like, I watched a majority of Leeds games, and you can tell some of the things he does, you know, if he had a brighter knowledge of the game, he might have done it a little bit better. But for being how old he is, 17... he's got so much potential. He is going to go all the way. Hopefully he has a few more years at Leeds. We can get back in the Premier League and he can become an amazing player. If not, then it'll probably be inevitable that he moves on. I'm very excited about his talent though. And another couple of Leeds players who could have made it, Alex Mowatt, Sam Byron, but I didn't want to seem too biased in this video, so I left them two out, even though I probably would imagine they would probably go ahead and get themselves in and around the setup as well. The next player is going to be a player who is, I think, amazing. I really rate this guy. It's Ward-Prowse. I think he's phenomenal. He's playing for Southampton quite a lot, actually. He's bloody hell, playing 3 times, scored 2 goals and 3 assists. What a world beater. But I think his delivery, his passing, his crossing, his corners, his free kicks, etc., etc., it's almost Beckham-esque. I know I'm not comparing him to Beckham. He's not that type of player, but the crossing ability of this guy is unbelievable. He's very, very good, and he's young, which is fantastic for England. And I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. Hopefully, I haven't made a right idiot of myself there, but I think he can go all the way. And the next player is a bronze left mid from the Championship. He's an informed player, and it is this guy right here called Demarai Gray. Now, he scored... was it a hat-trick or did he score 4? I can't remember, but he played amazing to get his inform. When he came on against Leeds, he looked dangerous. He looked very dangerous when he came on. I think, as this video is going live, there's been a second bid from Bournemouth. If Bournemouth are like the top team in the Championship, the top of the league, probably going to go to Premier League if they keep performing as they're performing. Second bid... I don't know if it's accepted or rejected or what's happened with it, but it's gone in for him. So whether or not he'll be a Birmingham player, I do not know. But he's got a very bright future ahead of him. Another very young player, 1996. So these players are extremely young in their way. The next player is going to be a Premier League silver. They're both going to be Premier League silvers, actually. And we're going to have the combination of Harry Kane and Seydou Berahino. Now, I think Berahino's kind of getting a little bit... closer to the England squad. But since Harry Kane's just blown up at the moment... he has very much got potential to go all the way. If he can consistently perform the way he's doing at the moment, I don't think England can say no to him. I think he's out of this world good at the moment, which is strange because he's kind of come from nowhere. I think he had a loan spell at like Norwich. Did okay, not like amazing, did average at best. And he went to Tottenham and everyone was like, oh, okay, Harry Kane, fair enough, whatever. He's been phenomenal. He's got an informed card out this week, but it's like 500k, and I'm not buying that one. I can't really be arsed, so I decided to go with his regular card. Some of the players on the bench, as you can see, we've got Daniel Bentley. A lot of you probably won't know about him. He's a Southend player, Football League 2, and he's apparently the next best goalkeeper up and coming. Leeds were actually linked with signing him, but that never really happened. He's linked with like a League 1 team now, so that's kind of the level he's at. But everybody's ranting and raving about this could potentially be the next Joe Hart for sure. Now, the next player is Liam Moore. I think he's decent. I've seen him a few times for Leicester. Not so much this season, more when he was in the Championship. He's a boss centre-back. A couple of these players, you know, might change nationality down the line. Not saying more will. But like because they're younger, if they have like multi-nationalities, and they might change. And this is a strange one. Josh McCracken, I can never say his name right. Chelsea player. Vitesse is their like feeder club. That's where a lot of players go. He's always been like there or thereabouts, but never really got to the stage where you would think, yeah, let's have him in the England team. He's still quite young, obviously, but will he ever make it? Hopefully, because he's got an up-and-coming future. Will Hughes, brilliant player, fantastic. Played well against Leeds, which is inevitable. Everyone plays well against Leeds. He did really well. And he's a good player. He's a very good player. And he probably would be in the team, but I want to put Cook in there for my personal use. Morrison's another one. If he stops being a bit of a dickhead, he has got a very good talent and a good, bright future ahead of him. Like I said, if he can just mellow out, stop messing his life up outside of football, and just have a good, good career. I don't actually know what club he's at the moment. I think West Ham released him. He might well be on a free, actually, but I've chucked him in here because he does have the potential potential, if he wants to sort his life out, to go all the way. Nathan Redmond, another one. I think he's top class. I think he's very, very good, and I think he should be playing Premier League football. That's me personally. He plays for Norwich. I think he's in the England setup. They've got like under 21s, I mean by that, or like whatever. I think he can go all the way. I think he's going to be the one who makes that position his own. In a couple, I don't know how many years, but I think if he can keep performing, like I said, probably a Premier League move coming sooner rather than later, and go from that. Next one is Patrick Bamford. He's a bit of a different one. In the Championship, he looks very, very good, but like weird at the same time. I mean, he doesn't seem fast. He's got good finishing. I think he's on loan from Chelsea and Middlesbrough at the moment, and they're doing quite well. He's having a good time. Will he ever be involved in the England setup? I do not know. I've just chucked him in there. Jamal Lascelles, now he has got a move to Newcastle with his buddy Carl Darlow, who also could probably be in this video, good goalkeeper. But I don't know, will he become good? Obviously getting that move to Newcastle, does that mean he'll get game time? Will he be good in the Premier League? It's there to be seen. We chucked him in the video for the time being. The next one is Jack Wilshere, obviously. I haven't put him in the team, he's just there for the fact that he's still quite young, 1992. This is the only one who's 1992. And he's there for just being there, basically. But this guy here, who's a Twitter request, Ryan Ledson, not too sure too much about him. I think he is in amongst the same team as Lewis Cook. I think they both played in the under-17s, which they won something. I can't quite exactly remember what that was. I remember them winning something. It was the Euros or whatever. They did really well. I think he might be the captain of that team. I'm not 100% sure. Raheem Sterling, another one who's potentially still young, 1994, but they're already involved in the England setup, so not too much with this video. And then Connor Wickham. Yeah, I think he could, if he sorts like his on-field, not antics, what am I trying to say? He kind of performs really well one week and then not the other. When he was on loan at Leeds, they kind of played him as a winger, and he wasn't very good at all. But on loan like Sheffield Wednesday, he did quite well. He's in the Sunderland team now, obviously playing Premier League football. Fair play to him. That's really cool. But that is a team I've come up with. Let me know in the comment section below if I've missed anybody or you recommend somebody to put in. I think that looks like a very, very good team. I'm very excited about a couple of players. Will Prowse probably be in. Obviously Harry Kane as well could become very exciting. Lewis Cook for me personally, very exciting to see if anything comes of his talent. But that is the team. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. Smash the like button, subscribe if you are new. I'll catch you next time, and bye-bye, boom. Pop in Danny Sturridge while we are Randy, and I don't know why I said that, but okay. Danny Sturridge is, of course, a Liverpool player, and I think I've got one in my club. Let's just double check. Have I? I do indeed. And Marco Reus is definitely somewhere in my club. We've also got the preset ones. What else are we going to get in these packs here? I'm just going to skip this one. Oh, yes! Fucking get in, lads! We got ourselves Mario Götze and the Lord himself! We got the Lord Ben